You already know. Period.
Hang on, y'all. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Hello. What's going on Instagram? What is going on YouTube? What is going on Twitter, Facebook, all the things? Yeah, no, I don't cover the YouTubers, all the things. I do not cover that. No shade. It's just something I don't cover. It's not part of my content. But I want to, you know what? Let me get my. Oh, there it is. I wanted to talk about this interview. I don't know which one. Hang on.
Rumor is I'm on your payroll. And was a large part of me feels like my dad probably researched so much for that. Most definitely. You know, that those are your parents. I tell people perpetuity before. I didn't know what it meant. I was just so happy somebody saw, oh, your life is not reality. I said that's, and we just want to bankrupt you. You know what I'm saying? We just want to bankrupt you. So that type of thing. And I definitely, I will say this. I feel like in that situation, open up and give him all the things that he deserves. Why do you think he needs to grow up? In what aspect have you seen him say that? Things that she does, and then I spoke hard to prove defamation. It's extremely hard to prove defamation. Like you've got to prove, you know, number one, what the person said was false and erroneous, and then you've got to prove that it cost you some type of monetary harm. And that's the part that always girl, you ain't even got nothing going on. What did it harm? And it's the truth. And the whole everybody else is saying it. You know what I'm saying? So you know, and a lot of bloggers, I've actually like mentored a lot of bloggers through the cease and desist process and the court process or whatever. And then you know, you'll find a lot of times that these celebrities, the new game is we don't even want to win. We just want to bankrupt you. You know what I'm saying? We just want to bankrupt you. So we just want to get you, you know, caught up in court. And it's funny because you have to defend it, because if you don't, they'll get a default judgment against you. Then you will owe. But that's the name of the game now. So all you bloggers out there, you know, on all that messy shit and just running with stuff, you know, shut up. Who would you say is a YouTube blogger that you feel like has next? Like when you look at him.
Okay, so I want to start with this part right here. So even before Carlos King started doing interviews in person and other things, I've been on this YouTube game as a YouTube blogger, a woman YouTube blogger, for a minute. The reason why I say that, period, is because what I notice, and this is, you know, just me talking, the women bloggers don't get included unless they're Tasha K. Okay, so for me myself, you know, I'm gonna speak out for a lot of us out here. The Carlos Kings, he only, you know, works with Dustin and a few other bloggers, but they're the male bloggers. As you mentioned, they mentioned Funky doesn't even mention TJ Sky. This is not shade, and if you take it as shade, then it's what it is. I'm just speaking and keeping it real. The women bloggers are not in these rooms and are not mentioned, and I don't understand that. We are all the same color, but yet the men bloggers are mentioned, right? I want to start with that, right? This is when he asked the question. The people he mentioned, just pay attention.
her being the legend that you are, would you say like, now that bitch is going to be not the next you still here, but like just so you know, there are a lot of people.
Now, one thing I will say that in the past, I have asked Funky questions in the past upcoming my blogger career, and he has been open and answered them. So for me, some of the things that Funky is saying is true to me because I have DM'd him in the past about a YouTube question or something like that. Because a lot of bloggers, a lot of us do look at Funky as somebody to look up to or whatever, as far as in the YouTube atmosphere, as far as being legit. Let me rephrase this as well. Legit bloggers who are not on, as he stated, the messy shit. And to go back to the messy shit and to say this, my career did start out in the beef sector. I would consider the beef sector messy, as he said it or whatever, but it's still where I'm going to always say, well, I mean, I started in the hair sector, but I'm just saying, really getting into it, trying to find my way, beef sector, which is considered the messy sector. Okay, I want to say that. Okay. Yeah, I want to say that part.
On YouTube that have a lot of talent, right? DJ Richie Sky is a great friend of mine. I love what he's got going on because he's polished. Mm-hmm. He's polished. Like Funky Dineva will never be ETV material. I'll never be ETV. I'm not that. That's just not what I give. I'm not, and I'm okay with that. I love him. I absolutely love Bondi Blue. Mm-hmm.
Now Bondi Blue is also somebody that I also New Orleans. So y'all know I'm from Louisiana, I'm from the South. You know, she's somebody that I also look at as a great blogger, YouTuber. I've even worked with her. She's been on. We did a review of oh my god, P Valley, the last season. I think it was the last season. And so, you know, the people here mentioning DJ Richard Sky is also another podcaster, blogger. But the thing of it is, these people are mentioned because of their numbers and of course of their talent and their content. But again, I'm going to always shout out for the 500 and under, for the 800, for the 1,000, 2,000. I mean, when I say the numbers, I'm talking about this is the number of subscribers they have. Shout out to anybody under 10,000 or whatever, or even 10,000, 50. You know what I'm saying? Those also are great content creators. Why is it that we got to be 30, 100K and up for to get mentioned? I'm just keeping it real again. Okay.
Although we are not in relationship and I don't have an issue with this person, I just don't particularly care for the way they move. But there is something to say about the business that Tasha K has built. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't necessarily agree with her method.
Now, regardless of what anybody says about Tasha K is also part of the YouTube business and you know, one of the pioneers. Whether anybody agrees with her methods or how she's got there, people aspire to be Tasha K. She's up there in names now with Cardi B's and all the things because of the lawsuit. So people are trying to replicate what she's done. I may not agree, but we have to give her, you know, get those props where they are.
And some of the things that she does, and I spoke earlier about being in exposure culture. I don't particularly care for that, but she definitely, you know, she has something. There's a lot of people out there that have something, you know, like Lovely T and her reporting abilities. There are a lot of people, but you know, even Armand Wiggins, like Armand is good in the silo that he's good in, like.
But and this is to the Carlos Kings as well, because Carlos Kings he knows there are bloggers that talk about his TV shows. The reality TV blogger sector do not get its shine as much as the messy celebrity bloggers, the rap beef. Hold on. The rap beef bloggers are not spoken up as much. Me myself, this is me just having a discussion, an open discussion, an open letter, as you want to say, not necessarily a bash. Talking about the interview and just some things that I, found interesting about the interview. Now, let me see. Hold on.
Female rap stuff. He's good. That was why, when I made my departure from Fox Soul, which is a perfect segue, and I'm sure that's where we're going. I'm sure, but that was why I was like, this guy is good.
Now I know that Armand has had some issues as far as this interview that he's speaking about, and of course, I'm not in those inner circles to know the information about the TGIF situation. I spoke about it, before when it first happened, but just giving commentary about what I saw, like everyone else saw, and gave my own opinion, like anybody else does. But Armand Wiggins is another one that's out there that a lot of us bloggers, we got started, either looked up to or started with or whatever. People have issues with Armand, but at the end of the day, he has created his own lane as well, and has done his own thing, despite of having no mentor. Like I always say all the time, no mentor, and nothing's wrong with having a mentor, by the way. I've had different mentors along the way. I will say that's giving me advice here and there, but nobody to directly guide me, like do this, do that, whatever. I feel like I came to a place of mentorship because I like to mentor others anyway. And I felt like I didn't really have that much of it coming up my YouTube career. It was a few people here and there that would give me advice, but of course they were doing their own thing, and I didn't expect anything more than that, but they were still willing to answer questions if I did. I would take time, me now going beyond that as a mentor, and I'm still going to follow that path I'm doing now. But let me continue on so I can wrap this up. Just give my little 2 cents about the interview.
And I don't want nobody on YouTube to get mad if I left anybody's name, and I don't want y'all to think I'm being shady. I'm going to be very honest with you, Carlos. I do not watch other YouTubers.
So, with that being said as well, I'm not bothered by the fact that you didn't mention my name. Maybe some other people won't be bothered the fact that you didn't mention the name, because not everybody knows who Funky Dineva is or anybody else. We all are in different circles. Now, I think Carlos King has taken from bloggers to do his thing. Nothing wrong with that. I think everybody is taking from something. I'm taking from Armand Wiggins with something to sound about. You're talking about something we all take. But I would say that out loud, that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? I think that Carlos King came up here. He was a producer and all the things beforehand, and then started YouTube. I can remember when I started doing in-person interviews when everybody was still doing virtual, right? I'm just saying the smaller bloggers that come up will not get the shine until they have those numbers, right? But I do feel like the Funkies, the Bondi Blues, the Amon, they earned it, from all the years and all the work that they have done, right? Even the Carlos King, because of the hard work he did behind the scenes with the shows and especially with the housewives, all the things, everybody get those accolades. But what I'm saying is the people who are smaller forget you. People, I think when people get bigger, they forget they were small at one time. And that's all I've always ever said about becoming. Even people I work with who are even smaller than me, I will still always give them credit and shine, because I just feel like that's so important coming up in the content creator world of YouTube. Okay.
Oh, I know that for a fact. I don't. You never have. Though. I don't. And believe it or not, I don't consume YouTube content. I don't. And people are always like, why? And it's for several reasons. My brain is a sponge. Okay. I everything that comes out of my mouth are things that I've picked up from just my life experiences. And I never want to be on my platform and then end up like saying your catchphrase or saying other people's stuff. That's the main reason why I don't look at a lot of other YouTubers. And then too, like, because we all are in this pop culture world, after I do my piece on it, I really don't care what you got to say about it. I'm moving on to the next thing. But there's a lot of talent in the YouTube space. And then there's a lot of people who need to go sit their ass the fuck down. There's a lot of people who just need to go sit the fuck down. But I would love to see like Bondi Blue blow up. She's from New Orleans. I just love everything that she's got going on. I would
yeah, she's beautiful.
I would too. She is. Yeah. I would like to see Armand mature a little bit so he can really get he grows up a little bit.
So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up and say the interview was actually a good interview. It really was. Go check it out on Carlos King platform. I think Funky Dineva may or may not have given a response. I know that Armand did. He was not happy with the comments that were made on this interview, and he's of course open. I'm sorry, has the right to his opinion like anybody else will have right to opinion if their name has been spoken up. I'm just giving a shine to the bloggers who are out here grinding just like everybody else says. Their numbers are just not as big as the ones that were mentioned. Okay, shout out to the ones who were mentioned, of course, because they deserve their shine and they deserve their accolades. This is Kamisha Reviews, and I am that girl. Period. I'm gonna tell you something. As far as me is concerned, I don't have those numbers, all the things, but for me coming up to be able to say that I'm in rooms with media with Netflix, I'm pressed for CBS and Paramount to do Big Brother, that I'm in those type of rooms, that I'm actually in. I'm sorry, I have access to media for Netflix. I have access to media for CBS, Paramount, BET, and more. I mean, I'm just talking my tea and saying my stuff. I have an account and all kind of things. You know what I'm saying? But for me, it's my work that speaks for itself. It's for me the satisfaction that I receive. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna always still shout out the ones who are coming up. That has always been important to me and my brand. I will forever do that, right? But anyway, that's all I got for y'all. I'll be back again. We'll talk about Big Brother. We got some more stuff coming up to talk about. I will see y'all next time. I love y'all. Dan's Commission Reviews. You know what my name is and what it stands for. And nothing is no lie. Check my resume. Out of all the YouTubers who talk on TV about different things, my resume interviews, it goes beyond a lot of them. Pretty much almost everybody. Check my resume first before you come for me, period. All right. With that being said, I'm just keeping it real, period. One thing I want you guys to know, and that nothing that will never change about this, I am the queen of reality TV. Don't get it twisted and don't doubt it. It is what it is, period.